Guess who got brands talking? Brandlive.co.za.
Tonight, the wedding feast. The men arrive with the sort of feast. A whale, a chant, soon fills the air. For miles around, the people hear. Mama Temple getting married tonight. All the spirits looking, shouting their delight. Mama Temple getting married tonight. The bones are thrown and mama's head is very bright. The maidens kneel and kiss the bride. The warrior waits, he's filled with pride. The drum must start to pound the ground. For miles around, they hear the sound. Mama Temple getting married here tonight. All the spirits looking, shouting their delight. Mama Temple getting married here tonight. The bones are thrown and mama's head is very bright. And I'm silent, they fall in the deep of the night. It was never before that they seen such a sight. As the bright Mama Temple walks out through the door, and the bell is still echoes the sound of their roll. Mama Temple getting married tonight. All the spirits looking, shouting their delight. Mama Temple getting married tonight. The bones are thrown and Mama's head is very bright.
Good morning, welcome everybody. This is Brand Live Radio, and yes, this is Mitch Motian from Timeless Clothiers Concept Store. And today we are highlighting a terrific initiative, a terrific movement, a terrific trend, if I can call it that. And my show today is entitled The Revival of Vinyl. Yes, so today I am going to be a revivalist or an evangelist of vinyl because, yes, Timeless Clothiers does have this concept store and it's called Zappa's Record Bar. And the track you've just heard, Mama Tembu's Wedding, was played on vinyl. I played it on vinyl. We did a little take on that and you've heard the original score from the Bertha Egnos and Gail Lakire's original cast recording. And for those that remember way back, yes, Mama Tembu's Wedding was from the Ipitombi movie, and the great Margaret Singana, or otherwise Singana, she was the one that led the black pop African movement in SA via the likes of Ipitombi. Yes, you did hear all the scratching and the dirt sounds, and that is what true vinyl is about. So today, I've thrown in a couple of tracks which will be played off vinyl. So I'm giving you a heads up. It's scratchy, so itch along with it. And then just to prep up the show, what's in for us? It's once again a look at, is vinyl come back here to stay? We look at certain factors that are leading to it. And then we look at the sales over the last 2017 in terms of vinyl sales. And then some interesting little aspects that have come out of it. But now to go into the mainstay of this. So from a few years back, we've noticed that CDs and digital sales have been declining. And this has normally been in the wake of the streaming services like Spotify and Pandora. Record sales, on the other hand, are on the rise, hence the revival. In fact, this format of LP pressing has seen a 260% growth since 2009. definitely vinyl is on a comeback. And once again, with a growth like that, you'll notice that this once forgotten format now feels closer to the mainstream than it has for decades. And of course, now from with this marvelous movement, the business and culture of vinyl stand at an unlikely juncture. After more than a decade of increasing American sales, vinyl's comeback is no longer a quirky, look at those hipsters novelty. Instead, this bustling ecosystem of turntables and records is surprisingly close to being mainstream. Last year alone, vinyl was featured in commercials for certain insurance companies and medical requirements, medical pills. So it just shows that it's making a terrific return. Watch out for it in movies, watch out for it in our local soap operas, and of course, watch out for it in our clubs. Yet, the numbers and the observations from the industry insiders suggest that physical records will probably continue to remain a meaningful and lasting presence in many music lovers' library. In the years ahead, vinyl will likely maintain its status as a complement to the impersonality of streaming, a scruffy anachronism consistently hanging out at the margins. As of now, here are the big trends from the world of spinning wax. So, vinyl sales keep rising, but it's complicated. In 2017, vinyl sales in the US rose for the 12th straight year, and this is according to quite a powerful institution, and that is the Nielsen Company. So the Nielsen Recording and the Nielsen Music Research Company pinned this fact. And what the latest gains mean that this has spurred some discussion though. In an era of data overload, when streaming analytics can break down a song's popularity to the most minute detail, vinyl metrics can be pretty murky. But who's truly tallying up who buys what at which place? Now, so that said, according to Nielsen, the vinyl LP sales climbed by 9% last year to a record high of 14.3 million albums. Also, in conjunction with this, we have the likes of both eBay and online vinyl marketplace Discogs. They showed also double-digit vinyl gains as well. And I must assert here that elsewhere we have vinyl sales which are soaring by 27% in the UK and 22% in Canada. I do need to make a concerted effort to get the stats for SA. Moving on, we then look at the other trends that are creating the spinning of wax. Now we have more pressing plants that are churning out vinyl. And not long ago, supply problems looked like they might end up hobbling the vinyl resurgence despite the fervent demand. Then around 2015, backlogs at pressing plants could routinely take 6 months or more. And for smaller labels, this was a death knell because that was a long time to have your payment blocked because you don't have a product to show for it. However, over the past couple of years, though, a handful of enterprising companies such as Newbolt, Viral Technology, and Phoenix Alpha have started manufacturing and creating new vinyl presses. And what does it mean for you? Well, it simply means that in terms of repressing, you will have access to it. And the good news is that as vinyl goes mainstream, so it has its best sellers. Every year, a number of newly pressed versions of classic albums are virtually guaranteed to end up in the list of best-selling vinyl albums. I mean, wherever there are college freshmen, there will always be someone discovering Bob Marley's Legend or the Beatles' Abbey Road. But among the time-tested dorm walls fodder, each year's most purchased LPs have typically shown a tilt towards indie rock. That's a good sign. It simply means there's hope for new bands. And on this note, we will take a short ad break.
This is what you missed on brandlive.co.za.
We're broadcasting live in one of the boxes at 27 boxes.
Hey, can I ask you something there? Can you please tell me, like, do you think like the post 90s, like, did they really fully integrate? You know,
Sure.
since we're talking about integrating today, though.
But you do what? Civil engineering?
Civil engineering, yeah.
Okay, and how's that going for you?
It's okay.
So
It's
a whole
fine.
lot of studying?
School. It's a lot of studying.
And
I
banking
guess.
school, a lot of banking school.
I don't bunk school. Like, I just don't go to school when they tell us not to go.
Lies.
I mean,
Oh no,
I've seen this with my eyes live.
Someone was saying, I'm sure there's 10 soapies now happening
Listen.
same time.
I'm gonna say something, right? That might
Say it.
that might sound like I'm shading or hating
Yeah.
or whatever. There's lots of work for actors right now, but lots of actors aren't working. Lots of people are acting.
Ooh, insightful conversation.
You never do. I love her. She gives me everything, and tenderly the kiss my lover brings, she brings to me, and I love her. A love like ours could never die, as long as I have you near me. Bright are the stars that shine, dark is the sky. I know this love of mine will never die, and I love her. Bright are the stars that shine, dark is the sky. I know this love of mine will never die, and I love her.
Beautiful. Yes, that's the Beatles. Terrific songwriting legends. John Lennon, Paul McCartney, Lennon-McCartney tribute. And that was entitled And I Love Her. Yes, so once again, just to remind, so those keen listeners out there, this is yet the second track that I've played directly copied from the LP, from the vinyl. Yes, it illustrates the crack, snap, the snap, crackle, and pop, and I'm hope that you're loving it as I am. Now, the reason I've also played it at this juncture is that as I was going through the research stuff and the material that the producers put through, there was a terrific item that came up. It was just a little bar graph, but I managed to flesh it out. And it illustrates the following, that the top 10 vinyl album of 2017, yes, last year, were the following. At number 10, It was Fleetwood Mac with Rumours. Now, many of you may remember that track with Nick Fleetwood standing well and towering over the young lady from the group. So that was Rumours at number 10. And easy, that album is about 45 years old now. The number 9 best-selling album, yes, was Michael Jackson with Thriller. But, you know, that's no surprise. And the next LP was, this is for all the serious musicians out there, the ones that really appreciate the likes of Pink Floyd. And yes, the Dark Side of the Moon came in at number 7, and at number 8, and at number 7, it was the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. So you can well see that the reason why I'm trying to sync and link the tunes that I'm playing with. So that was the reason for my playing And I Love Her by the Beatles. Just moving quickly up there is an appearance by, yes, you guys are going to love this. Bob Marley is up there at number 5, the 5th best-selling LP, and that was, yes, Legends. And for the youngsters at heart, yes, Amy Winehouse did make a posthumous appearance, and that was Back to Black. And at number 3 was Ed Sheeran. Well, there you go, youngsters. So you see, vinyl is alive and kicking, waiting to be scratched. At number 2 was the Beatles' Abbey Road. And so you can well see the strong fundamentalists such as the Beatles, Michael Jackson, Fleetwood Mac. They have the basis. They are the bedrock for the LPs and for the regeneration and resale of vinyl. And then finally, I must add, at number 1 was a various compilation, but this various compilation was a compilation of indie artists, all those independent labels. So they really plumped it up and they were rocking. So that's some interesting information on the top vinyl selling albums of 2017. This is based on Virgin Records in the UK. So vinyl is no longer that tiny niche. You see, it's no longer unusual. And as I'm mentioning throughout, vinyl sales are increasing, but we must also remember that they have started from an incredibly low base in comparison, of course, to the likes of CDs and streaming. And now I would like to go to a little bit of information on the 5 reasons why vinyl is making a comeback. And I think if the good write-up here was that it all started with Thomas Edison's first phonograph in 1877. Huh? I hear you say? Well, which when it played back sound from wax cylinders coated in a tin foil. Now this quickly evolved into the vinyl record and onto the turntable, which eventually became a mainstay in most households. And when the digital recording was invented, this of course opened the door to CDs and then to digital stream, which is at an all-time high right now, according to Nielsen Music. Now, the resurgence in popularity must have a definitive cause, a cause and effect relationship. So here are the 5 possible reasons why vinyl is making a comeback. Number 1, we look at the aspect of tangibility, tangibles. Sure, subscribing to streaming services provide unprecedented access and convenience, but something is lost too, and that is ownership. When you play streamlined digital files through an app, you don't own that music. On the other hand, vinyl records are physical items that you can collect, hold in your hands, purchase in person and online, and discuss with the record clerk or your fellow music lovers. Vinyl also offers the other tangibles, and this is what I love. such as the album artwork and the liner notes. On purchasing an LP, and then you quickly peruse the liner notes, and it's fulfilling to see your upstarts coming through, or even the old horses, the young Turks, all writing and contributing. So that's what the liner notes is all about. The second issue is the cool factor. Now, some millennials have made an art of taking dated concepts like fedoras and ponytails and making them relevant and cool. And if you doubt this, go visit your local record store, and chances are you'll spot a man with a man bun, a flannel shirt, or some other accoutrement of the popular subculture. So, the cool factor is that clearly, by repackaging old albums and calling them retro, makes them attractive to trendsetters and trend chasers alike. The third aspect of the growth of vinyl is the vinyl collectors themselves. Serious record collectors are helping drive the rebirth of the medium. Now, there's something to be said for the thrill of finding a rare LP in a random cardboard box or at the back of a tiny record store like mine. It's a thrill of the find. The fourth aspect is the listening experience. Now, how people listen to music has definitely changed thanks to the popularity of streaming music. Earbuds and computer speakers have come to predominate, but it's a fair bet that vinyl lovers are still spending time and money on dedicated hi-fi setups in their homes. Yet, having a nice set of speakers along with a quality turntable and stereo receiver is only part of the traditional experience. It's about sitting down and listening attentively, as opposed to the ease of playing stream music in the background or while you're at work. If you put on an album, it's probably with the specific intent to sit back in your listening room and enjoy it. Then, the last item, the fifth item, is the sound quality. Now, many experts feel that the old school analog audio provided by vinyl sounds superior to digital audio, especially the lossy, that's the compressed digital formats used by streaming services. It's true that there are better digital playback formats available, such as FLAC, but you'll have to search them out specifically, whereas vinyl is readily available from online sellers and at your local record store. So the quality, of course, will be dependent on the turntable, on the hi-fi that you use, and of course, in terms of the first set, the acquisition of the record or the LP. What condition is it in? At this rate, or at this stage, we will now take a break, and I will come back to you in wrapping up this discussion.
Making a bold statement yet blending into the surrounding suburbs of Melville, 27 Boxes is a realization of edgy design and practical implementation. A radical departure from the shopping malls of our generation, yet not a return to the high streets of our youth. 27 Boxes showcases the best of a shopping centre set in a garden, surrounded by the bohemian suburb that is Melville. 27 Boxes, shop, play, eat.
Hey Bonang, how are you?
Hi Tuli, look so beautiful. Hey, long time no see. What happened to your skin, by the way? The last time I saw you, you had a lot of blemishes and breakouts. It was so terrible, man.
Wow, thanks for that, Bonang. Luckily, I discovered DMK. Have you heard of DMK?
DMK? Who are they?
DMK is a paramedical skincare brand that specializes in all skin conditions. Would you like their number?
Yes, please.
I know you're not good at numbers, so let me give you their website address because your skin looks terrible. It's www.dmkskincare.co.za.
Georgia, well, Georgia, the whole day through shall rate just an old sweet song, well, keeps Georgia on my mind. Well, 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 I said, Georgia, well, Georgia, it's a song about you. Comes as sweet and clear. Well, it's like moonlight through the pine. Yeah. Well, well, other arms reach out to me. Other eyes a smile tenderly, still in a peaceful dream.
Amazing track. That was Georgia, if you haven't heard by now, and that was done by Ray Charles. And this was actually a terrific recording. Ray Charles with Maceo Parker. Now, for those in the know, Maceo Parker was one of the chief saxophonists for the James Brown band, and he actually used to come on, Maceo, can you go? So that's how it stemmed. So this is it's a melting pot, you know. I now need to round up, so these are the following things I'd like to mention. That I've tried to bring in as many tracks and as many genres and generations into it. So, you know, Ray Charles is definitely one of the heroes of mine. So is Maceo Parker, and of course, Giorgio is now a standard. And in conclusion, I just want to say that my passion for collecting records is driven by various factors, and I think one of it is, yes, a nostalgic role. It's important. And if you look at it, it was only after I uploaded my CD collection to iTunes and then abandoned that for the endless buffet of streaming that the unseen benefits of listening to vinyl became apparent. All the digital inventions, MP3s, iPods, Wi-Fi, cloud computing, that brought me free, disembodied music anywhere, anytime, made me value music I can own. Yes, I'm hearkening back to the point that if you own it, you have a sense of contentment with it. It's yours. It's not just streaming out there or from the cloud. So, to the millions of consumers worldwide who have resurrected the record industry over the past few years, I suspect the feeling is mutual. To us, the return of vinyl, even as we listen to streamlining services on the drive to work, represents not regression, but progress. And in parting, young people, they like to own a physical product as it makes them feel closer to the artist. And on that note, I sign out from a twist in the thread, and this is Mitch Mortian signing out with the Rolling Stones, Get Off My Cloud. Adios, amigos.